Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Dreamer Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin. As always, I just want to appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening, like always, like every Friday. Now, I want to apologize for last Friday. Last Friday, my voice wasn't there and I was sick, so you guys could probably tell by the tone of my voice. But this time, feeling a little bit better. This week, we're gonna go ahead and knock it out, and hopefully, you guys are enjoying the videos I'm putting out. Uh, actually, I want to acknowledge that I didn't. I want to let you guys know that the videos that I'm putting out were recorded last year, so that's why you guys see me with a different haircut, different hairstyle. But all those videos that you see right now have been pre-recorded, and the videos that I'm recording today are actually won't come out until next year. So it's a funny concept. I'll explain it later in a different podcast. But today's topic is going to be about building a strong foundation in just about anything that you do. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, let's talk about building a strong foundation and what it is. So, what's building a strong foundation? Building a strong foundation for just about anything is essential for it to continue working and for it to continue working basically. This could be a building. If it doesn't have a strong foundation, it's gonna fall over, tipped over, by the sound of a fart, so it could fall. Building a strong relationship or having a strong relationship is built about having a strong foundation. This meaning building a great amount of trust, gaining an amount of having a great amount of communication, having a great love and affection for for one another. So that's building a strong foundation. Having respect for one another is building having a strong foundation. If you want to build a better body, you got to start with the basics. You can't go immediately into a power clean. You can't immediately do into a deadlift if you don't know the essentials of a squat, if you don't know the essentials of picking up a 45-pound weight. You can't have a dog if you don't know how to treat your own self. If you don't provide for yourself, how can you provide for another dog? So that's building a strong foundation. You got to build a strong foundation for just about anything. And today, that's what I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you some couple tips on what could help you guys out on building a strong foundation, what does work and what does not work. This first thing, let's talk about the things that don't work. Skipping the basics is obviously the first one. You don't want to skip the basics because neglecting the fundamentals, knowledge or skills can weaken your foundation. So rushing without a solid understanding often leads to instability, right? And also overlooking at a reflection. So failing to reflect on experiences, oh, trust me, I know this, and learn from them hinders growth. You avoid growth. So having a reflection, looking at yourself in the mirror, and actually taking a deep, hard conversation with yourself, or it's gonna help you redefine your foundations over time. And also having the fear of failure, dude, you just can't have that mindset because having a fear of failure paralyzes your progress. Instead, view failures as opportunities to learn and adjust and approach it for a stronger foundation. No matter what cards you are dealt with in life, you just got to make sure that you work with what you have. A great example would be myself with this podcast. I don't know how to do a podcast, so I just threw it out there and make sure I could do it on YouTube. And so far it's working. You know, that's taking action and actually being consistent with it, and just not being afraid of failure. I don't really care. The negative people that comment about this or anything like that. I'm just trying to share my positiveness to everyone around me. And that's what I want to keep on doing with this podcast, with my content. I want to help you guys out and give you some free knowledge, give you guys some free. Uh, Hopefully, you guys can avoid my mistakes. Basically, I want to make sure that you guys can build a strong foundation just about anything that you do, relationship, business, sports, whatever it is. I just want to make sure I can help you guys out. And ignoring the well-being, so neglecting physical and mental well-being can undermine your foundation. So make sure that ensure a balance between work and self-care for sustainable success. So those are the things that do not work. Let's talk about the things that do work. So the things that do work is having stability and endurance. A strong foundation is built upon this. Having stability can enable you to endure challenges and setbacks with resilience. This is all a mindset thing, I believe. So just making sure that no matter what happens, no matter if you are being pushed out, you gotta have that stability and that mental endurance to keep on going, no matter what. Even if the foundation is poor, you gotta make sure that you work it out with whatever you cards you are dealt with. Like I mentioned earlier, having the confidence of knowing that you have a solid foundation can boost the confidence. Of course, that's how you build confidence. Confidence in return is a positive influence that makes decision making and performance even better. And they can be, and this is something that you can control. I always try to preach all the things that you can control and try to ignore the things that you cannot control. Also, having adaptability, a strong foundation allows for adaptability. You can navigate changes and understand more effectively when your core value is well established. This is essential for having a strong foundation for yourself. Just making sure that you are have a well-being, understands the longevity of your success. Efficiency is also another one. Is going to be about building a strong foundation, increases efficiency. Skills and knowledge are applied with more effectively, and this can lead to better outcomes. Just having that mindset again, this is all mindset shit. And having long-term sustainability. Success, it's success. What did I say? Success? No, I said suck, sex. I said success. That's funny. I meant to say success. My bad. My wordplay is a little fucked up. But success is built on a strong foundation that tends to be more sustainable. It withstands the test of time and adopts the evolving circumstances that you are being provided. Talking about long-term longevity, like I mentioned, it's all about having the strong foundation and implicating these to make sure that you have a positive outcome and avoiding those negative outcomes in whatever it is. So basically, just having the endurance, the mindset of keep on going, that's gonna help you out, obviously, and just avoiding the things that don't work are gonna help you have a basically a strong foundation in just anything that you do. You gotta learn the basics about just about anything. Let's take a relationship for example. You gotta have the basic knowledge of having those skill sets of acknowledging a good communication with your partner. You gotta build a good communication, with them 24/7, because if you guys don't communicate, that relationship is not going to work. Also, building a trust to make sure that you guys trust each other is going to be essential for you guys to continue and grow, both of you guys individually as people. That's going to help you guys endure the bad and negative outcomes that are inevitably going to be coming towards your way. It can be just about anything like finances or anything like that. Those things are going to come in your relationship. And being able to master those basics of having communication with your partner are going to help you succeed with them. And not only that, but they're going to love you for that. You know, I think a woman finds it attractive whenever you can communicate with them efficiently and you can listen with both of your ears wide open. Whenever you listen to a woman, that's not only like a sexy outcome, but it's going to be a sense of them that you are acknowledging them, and you are also, you know, putting into effect that what they're saying is important. So you want to make sure that you never. I see this a bunch of times. I see people, especially couples, being on the phones while the other person is talking. I think one of those things are the most disrespectful things that you can do in a relationship, especially whenever you're talking to someone, having a coffee date or whatever. I think that's just the most disrespectful things that you guys can do to your partner, whether that's the female to a male or a male to a female. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as you just try to have that strong communication with each other, everything's going to work out. Also, another thing, I think I mentioned trust, I mentioned communication, and also having love and affection for each other. I know I'm going the route of relationship, but that's just the first thing that came to my mind. But just having that strong foundation of everything is going to lead you to a long term, successful relationship. Now, tips for building a strong foundation. I'm gonna give you five. I always give you 5 tips. So it's basically here's the first one. Define your clear goals, and whenever you have a clearly articulate of establishment for your goals, it's basically going to be a good establishment for your direction that you want to go. The clarity helps in creating a foundation, and it focuses on purposes and your vision. Number two would be learning the basics. So invest time in mastering the fundamentals. You know, you no one's ever really good at everything in the beginning. You gotta have that. You gotta have those roadblocks in order to learn. So having a strong foundation often s- rests on having a solid understanding of the basics that is relevant to what you want to do. Number three would be consistent in practice. I talk about consistency a lot in this channel, but having a regular and deliberated practice is essential. Consistency builds habits, reinforces skills, and contributes to a robust foundation. This is really good in order for you to consistently build these practices. Number four would be embrace continuous learning. Have an open mind. Yeah, so just having an open mind to learning and adapting is going to build a strong foundation and that is not static. It involves with new knowledge and experiences. Last and not least would be building cultivating resilience. Building resilience helps you endure those roadblocks, those setbacks, and having an understanding that challenges are part of the process is going to be useful, and use them for the opportunities to help you grow. So that's all of what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys took something valuable out of this. And yeah, just remember that building a strong foundation in just about any aspect that you do in your life is going to help you determine the successful, successful. There it is again. I'm sorry for my wordplay. Success outcome in whatever you do. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys always tuning in every Friday. And yeah, this is episode number 20. We're gonna be going into next week, and we're gonna be talking about high interval in high interval training. That's gonna be next week, and a guide of how we can maximize those outcomes. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like always, if you guys have any other topics that you want me to cover, leave a comment down below, and see you guys next week.